I ain't got no money. I ain't got no car to take you on a date.
What is up, my friends? If you're new here, I am Lance, aka Mr. Meta, and welcome back to the channel.
Nice.
Recently, I was going through YouTube Shorts. I ran upon this channel called WISEspade7. I wanted to introduce him to this channel. I found a bunch of clips, and I think you guys will love it. It's the kind of like my kind of sense of humor. It's Gen X.
Finish him.
You're the boss, mysterious voice.
Wait, dude, come on. Hey, stop that.
What? Just following orders, bro. You told me to finish him. I finish him.
Whoa, that is not what I meant. I meant like kill him.
Sorry, bud. Just my Hollywood instincts kicking in. I used to be in the movie skin industry, if you catch my dick. I was in Tell me Johnny Cage isn't the most name ever. Sure you don't want me to suck this guy's dick?
Family Guy.
Mommy?
Stewie, where are you?
Look behind you, you stupid cow!
South Park's kind of sense of humor.
Welcome to Shitty Walk. Can I take an order, please?
Remember when marriage was just between a man and a woman? I remember.
He's retarded.
I think we all enjoy. And yeah, let's get right into it. I'll leave the link for WISEspade7. And if you'd like to support the channel, like and subscribe. It helps with their algorithm. If you want to support this channel a little bit more personally, become a channel member, Lance's Bestie, or hop in on my Patreon and support me through there.
I love you some man.
You know, I gotta keep it completely real with you. You didn't actually have to sit there and grab Grandma by the face and make out with her. My third-world brethren, you have other options. You didn't have to eat her face. And what are you talking to the camera for? Are you trying to give us a fucking tutorial? Why do we have 3 limes on the table spread out in a triangle shape? Why do you keep petting your grandma's face like it's a pet? Why are you looking at her like you just want to bend her over and fuck the shit out of your grandma? Why don't you ask God for forgiveness? And why don't you ask your dad permission to fuck his mom next time? In which I'm hoping he's going to tell you no. It's crazy to see other parts of the world. Like this part of the world where they're playing pool during one of the 7 plagues. It looks like the part of the Bible where Ramses told Moses no to letting his people go. The part where God decided to clap back with a bunch of bugs. Wouldn't it be more fun and entertaining to play a game of pool where you weren't going to die? And why are we scooping the bugs up like we're going to put them in a Ziploc bag and eat those for later? Why don't we get a screen enclosure? Why don't we get some bug spray? At this point, you're better off treating it like a spec ops and getting night vision and just turning all the fucking lights off. Clean it. Looking like you're trying to brew up a...
Hold on, is this a little bit too loud? Let's turn that down just a little bit. That's a little bit loud. I noticed that in the last video. A little bit loud.
What? Are you happy now, Clark? She's dead.
Well, welcome to the white trash side of the internet. Fuck it, let's just splash the raw chicken all over everything. And looking at the stove, you never clean it. Looking like you're trying to brew up a batch of white COVID. And your tag at the bottom says the Polish mama. You meant the trailer mama, you don't look Polish at all. Your shirt looks fucking filthy. And sometimes other groups of brown people think all white people get along. That we're all on the same team. Which couldn't be further from the truth. Half of us white people don't even like our own intermediate family, let alone give a fuck about people we don't know. You might be thinking this meal doesn't look half bad, just some chicken and rice. Except for you cook the chicken like shit. You dumped half the bottle of seasoning on this for no reason. You don't need that much fucking minced garlic either. The kind of white people that wanted to make America great again, but it was never great for them in the first place. Why not just fry or bake the chicken breast and then cook the rice on the side? And another 2 good things would be a treadmill and a washing machine for your fucking shirt. But at least we know if you started one of the Alien movies, your face would be safe. It would be too fucking big for the face sucker to get it. And this is where we fuck the rest of the dish up. Grabbing every shitty canned goop and just throwing it on top. Fuck taste. Fuck texture. Let's just put everything we have in the house into one pan. And since you apparently already know how to use the internet, why not use it to look up a fucking recipe? To make something that actually looks good. And for the first time ever, I'd rather have a frozen lasagna from the freezer section. Look at all the chicken juice dripping off the fucking bottom of the pan. And just so you know, at work, this is the kind of shit people are bringing to your potluck. The white trash casserole. Why the
first of all, this is going pretty quick. Let's go back here a little bit. First of all, what is going on?
You know, I gotta keep it completely real with you. You didn't actually have to sit there and grab Grandma by the face and make out with her. My third-world brethren, you have other options. You didn't have to eat her face.
This man, and then he goes on and like pets her face, like really aggressively rubs on her face. Like, look, like she's a pug dog or some shit like that. This chick. Oh my god. You boiled the chicken. You should be flogged for boiling the chicken. Boiling the chicken. You couldn't even brown the goddamn shit. After you boiled it, you can at least like maybe like brown it or something to make it a little bit more appetizing. And then you put all this bullshit, the cream of mushroom, cream of shit soup, and cream of this and cream of that. Oh, God. He said,
at least we know if you starred in one of the Alien movies, your face would be safe. It would be too fucking big for the face sucker to get it. Trash casserole. Why the fuck do we have cigarettes in a fucking titanium rod? Okay, you open up the titanium rod, now the cigarette's getting jiggy with it on both ends. He's got 2 holes to pick from. What are we doing, making a tampon? Making a fucking stick grenade? How much John Wick do you need in this bitch? Are we making a stick of dynamite? Now we're to go ahead and stuff in some of that cotton picking American history. Damn, how much of it do you need inside of this damn thing? Now you've got 3 full cotton balls stuffed down on the inside. Go ahead and circumcise the rest of it. I can tell where this is going, so I'm assuming we're gonna go ahead and put some fluid down on the inside of it. They try to trick us, no, that's not super glue. Let's go ahead and fill that bitch to the brim. Kinda looks like water for people that want to off themselves. Looks like a cooling rod for a reactor. Flip it over to the other side, go ahead and drop in the nuclear core. Kinda looks like we're making a mini nuke at this point. The forbidden laser pointer. Go ahead and smudge all your greasy fingerprints and fingertips all over the edges of it and screw it up.
Definitely.
And go ahead and showcase that's the same size as the cigarette like you started the video. Oh, would you look at that? You made a fucking lighter that you can spin around. Kinda cool. But also at the same time, that flame's... This is no fucking joke. I would do the same shit. You see these giant loaves of bread coming down the conveyor belt, and you'd look like you couldn't give a single fuck sleeping on the job. And you know what? If I had to do the same exact thing every single day, I would do the same shit. I would lose my mind. It's kind of a nice sneak peek into quality control, though. If an AIDS needle happened to go by, you would not catch it. So we definitely need to check our shit. For undisclosed reasons, I can't tell, are your eyes closed or sleeping, or are they open? I'm having a hard time seeing. Also, why does only one person in the circumstance have a COVID mask on? Does she just think she's better than you, or does she think you're nasty? It's kind of fucked up and strange. What's up with my dude's headwear in the background? You can tell she's thinking hard and heavy about a vacation she's never gonna get. And that machine's squirting faster and more steady than your mom. She's currently operating on 3 hours of sleep on limited pay, and wishes so badly she could take a nice trip to Disneyland. I could tell by how much you have to touch these bars of soap that the palms of your hands smell fresh as fuck. India needs to get to making one of these factories pronto. Fucking Mexicans, man.
Hold on. Well, Jesus, that's good. Okay, hold on. Wow. Look at this girl right here. You think you have a bad at your job. Look at this. This girl is literally asleep. How long? I bet she's there for 14, 15 hours. What do you think? When you see someone like that, girl, don't get your fingers up in those parts now, Jesus. And then there was this other one, this one right here. She's like halfway asleep. She's kind of feeling everything. That's how like mundane it is. Wow. I'll tell you. It makes you look at perspective around like what you have like to deal with jobs or anything like that. Look at this. Wow. So you work at Walmart, you're running away from customers. What would you, at least you're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I'm sure it's a steady they probably don't pay very well. Let's just be honest. They probably do not pay very well. Okay. Now what is
to Disneyland. I can tell by how much you have to touch these bars of soap that the palms of your hands smell fresh as fuck. India needs to get to making one of these factories pronto. Fucking Mexicans, man. We need to get a plane together and send a bunch of Mexicans over to other countries like India. Because they're the only people I know that can cook in third world looking environments, but somehow it looks orderly and delicious. Oh. Don't get me wrong, some of you Mexicans out there eat some cow tongue and shit. That shit's fucking disgusting. But I think just about everyone's in agreement that Mexican food's good. And our little jumping beans look like they're about to make us some authentic barbacoa.
Jumping beans?
Yeah, that's fucking lamb. Bare hands everywhere, grabbing all these chunks of meat, but at least there's no dookie. And in Mexico, everything's so universal. This underground oven looks like it can be used for cooking food and killing off people that piss off the cartel. Not gonna lie though, besides the fact that you're patting it down with your bare palms, the color of the meat looks delicious. That's what she said. What's up with all the burnt fucking leaves? We have a little something we have to call tinfoil. That works just as good, if not better. Do these leaves just give it some super flavor that we don't know about? How long do you leave it down here? What's the temperature in which you cook it at? And how desperate were your people at one point to find this out as a cooking method? The contraption you're looking to cook your food looks like something you'd see Anne Frank crawl out of. Holy fuck, we got India up to the plate with another meal. I saw fresh water, India. I see a clean pan with oil, India. I see a somewhat clean workstation, India. Cracking eggs in a clean cup in a clean fashion, no fucking way. That ground down there's a little filthy though, that's gonna attract rats. I'm gonna let that slide because I'm fucking impressed right now. Look at this, you haven't put your hands in the food one time. Holy fuck, India, a utensil. You're stirring it with a utensil. Holy fuck, God is real. Let's not get into a debate which God's real because then we'll end up like the Middle East right now. The whole workstation looks clean. I know you used your bare hands on that, but I'm gonna let this one slide. It's not that nasty. It did go directly into hot oil. I don't like the fact that you did that, but I'm not gonna count this out right now. You're on a fucking roll. You're about to put India on the map and getting him out of the poo. Your shirt looks a little like poo, but you've got a good attitude and you're doing shit right. I don't want to hear any excuses about poverty and culture. This man is in the same environment and he's doing it nice. I don't think we need to pour the eggs on top of that, but I'm still not complaining. Now here's a fucking plan. Let's go ahead and dump enough oil on this giant plate to keep American from wanting to bomb you. Why you got your head pulled back like you just had an orgasm? To pour the eggs on top of that, but I'm still not complaining.
Hold on. Pause. Indian get a lot of heat. I've seen some clips of Indian street food and stuff. I'm not really going to look forward to seeing any dirty food or feet or someone's dick in someone's like oatmeal. I'm not really looking for that. So I ate hours ago, so I'm already prepared. So actually just don't snack during this video just in case. FYI. Don't eat. Just enjoy. Just maybe a beverage. Just beverages. I think that'd be safe. Just don't eat like a meal. Maybe some, gummy worms or something like that. Candy, that's fine. Ice cream, that's fine. Maybe. But not a real meal. Not during this video. I wouldn't suggest it. I'm just saying.
Now here's a fucking plan. Let's go ahead and dump enough oil on this giant plate to keep American from wanting to bomb you. Why you got your head pulled back like you just had an orgasm? Why is this plate so big? What's it called? And what do you typically cook on this bad boy? If this is India, which I think it is, I'm surprised because I see a full-fledged kitchen. I'm looking at every inch from the lights in the back all the way to the front, and I don't see an inch of poop anywhere, so we're starting off strong. Except for the fact that you went ahead barehanded, whatever the fuck. That was right from the fucking start. We're gonna let that slide, and for some reason I feel like you're not supposed to put that in here yet. That oil is bubbling. You have it all the way up to the brim, which means you're risking it, man. If that shit spills over under your foot, you're fucked, and I know you have open toes on. Kind of looks like a brazier from fucking Conan Exiles. The color looks nice, the sauce is looking like it's simmering real good, but so far all you've made is a liquid. Ah, the chicken. My bad credit Americans are licking their lips right now. And honestly, I'm with you. In terms of licking my lips, my credit's fucking fantastic. But you can't be the only one that likes chicken. Let's get to chop-a-lopping, my boy. This don't look too bad. Your fingers look a little nasty. It'll take you that long in the video to notice that this lady has the qualities that of a dumb bitch. The minute you see the flames go towards the gas can, you've already should have been out of there. Why the fuck did you run a lap? Why the fuck did you think the hose is a good idea? Why are you even using gas to start a fire if you don't know any of the basic steps on how not to die? Other pro tip is to get away from the gas can at all costs at this point. The water's not putting the fire out, but you're trusting that it won't blow the gas can up. Just standing there looking like a moron. And lucky that all your skin didn't just get burnt off. But let's get away from Dumbtown and move over to the overly rich part of the town. A town where these two dudes have enough money to build a model plane that's as big as a private one. An airplane with a forehead so big it looks Somali. A model plane so big that you're required to have a private landing strip just to operate it. You probably need a pilot's license to even get this thing off the ground or you're gonna go to prison. How much fucking disposable income do we have? Because I'm willing to bet that model plane costs more than all of our homes. What was the point other than for pure enjoyment? You woke up and decided the funnest thing I'm gonna do is build a big ass plane. These dudes take their hobby to the kind of level that makes you wish you never got into the hobby. Because it's not as cool.
This is wild. That is wild. That thing is big enough that it can hold both of these grown-ass men. And you can afford to have a landing strip. And this thing, you can taxi this thing all around. Yeah, that's something. You could fit like a couple people in there, in that thing, if you really wanted to. Holy shit. Like, a little kid would love to, like, have their dad fly them around if they could, like, fit them in their little cockpit and put a little aviator outfit on them. That would be cute, but then, you know, if that thing crashes, then you're down a child. But as a force, like, if I was a kid, I would like, oh my God, could you figure out how I could, like, you could fly me in that thing? That'd be so cool. Like, I would definitely think that would be cool. But, yeah, how 300,000? Jesus Christ, like 400,000? How much do you think that would cost? God,
fucking insane. If this is the type of food you have access to, there's a good chance you're in an environment where you're gonna take a dick directly in the hole of your ass. Didn't even get the good kind of ramen. Why not try to work something out and get some bread? And for anybody saying you're not gonna be the one getting fucked in jail, you're gonna be doing the fucking, it's barely a better option. That means your dick's gonna smell like another dude's asshole while you're laying in your bed waiting for a shower. This food's so below the level of good you're craving bullshit. You'd do anything for a McDouble, including probably taking it back up the ass. This can't be healthy. How could you eat this more than once? Why not just make the ramen by itself and then put some things on the side?
making a pizza?
Why not be a good boy? Pay your child support, don't rob banks. I bet you wish you had a knife in prison right now. And not just for cutting food, but for other reasons as well. Who was the first person that had this idea? Who taught you how to make this delicious sandwich? I'm sure in female prison they use that pickle for a different purpose. I'm sure they use a lot of things in there for different purposes. But I will give you credit for the fact your environment doesn't look that dirty from what we can see. Nothing like some Velveeta cheese to put on top of all this bullshit. You know it's going to be a good-ass day when the steak...
Oh, hold on.
Purposes. But I will give you credit for the fact your environment doesn't look that dirty from what we can see. Nothing like some Velveeta cheese to put on top of all this bullshit.
You made this. That was your sand. That was a sand, like a pizza. They have tortilla shells in prison. Why would you want to use those noodles as your bread? Well, of all things, ramen noodles. I'm not big on these kind of ramen noodles anyway. These are kind of crap, to be honest with you. Yeah, I can see this is prison food. But tortilla shells would be a lot better than this wet, soggy. I mean, it's innovative for a prison. I mean, it's innovative. It's. I would never in a million years would think of doing this as like a form of bread. Ramen noodles, make it wet, soften it up so you can open it like a piece, like a book, and then fill it. And I would never. I love the inmate card they use as a knife. Wow. He said, "Why don't you be a good boy and not rob banks? You won't take it in the arse." Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's. Okay, here we go.
You know it's going to be a good-ass day when the steak you're cooking is bigger than you are. The guy in the background's already tall, but you're making him look like something out of the fucking Lord of the Rings. You can get your glasses from the adult section, but your pants come from the kids section. Also, why are we getting so hyped for steak? Let's just cook it and cut it and get it on the plate. You're also indoors, so take the glasses off and focus on your craft. And that's just not a knife to you, that's a fucking katana. People from the midget side of the world must view you as an absolute warrior. What I've been wondering is when you get your hair done, is it half the price? Why don't you go ahead and roll the sleeves up so I can see how far back those gloves go? I have a good idea. Why don't we do this shit in the kitchen? And why are we smiling? But as far as the internet's concerned, nobody ever really likes Salt Bae. Yeah. What made us decide to do it mini size? Why do we gotta be so extra, or why are we throwing the salt everywhere? Most of the salt didn't hit the meat. How much is this steak gonna cost now that you did this entire show? How did you get this job, Tyrion? Does your dad own the business?
Tyrion.
Why the fuck would you be putting a knife in my face? And these Asians are treating you like their little servant. Shit's ass. Well, I guess it's fucking time you and I watch this Guido make some pizza. I guess that's how you make fresh dough. That's how you get that bread. Italians, fake white people with accents. They can only work with high-carby food and think just because they can make pasta that they're better than everybody else. As if it's not some of the poorest, cheapest food you can get in the fucking grocery store and anybody can make it. The dough kind of looks like you took off the front part of a fat bitch. That's a whole lot of dough and it jiggles. it folds. And thank God you can get your slimy Italian mitts on every inch of the food. Your hand kind of looks like a vascular dick. The dough looks like I want to slap it. And honestly, I can't hate it. It looks perfect. Looks like some of the best dough I've ever seen. And no matter how much shit we talk, pizza's fucking awesome. That was completely unnecessary. Why did we put our hand into the barrel of tomato sauce? You got some weird fucking fetish? Other than that, the sauce doesn't look bad. Cheese looks fresh. That dude looks like a fucking nerd. While everything looks fresh, I feel like you need more cheese than that. But I'd still eat the fuck out of this for sure. Then you gotta fuck it up by rolling it up into a burrito for no reason whatsoever. I think this video right here shows you that child labor and exploitation can actually be looked at as maybe a positive thing. How else would you have ever gotten the chance to master this perfectly awesome life skill? If you could put on your resume paints basketball super fast, you're gonna get a job anywhere, trust me. This guy definitely just likes to do things the hard way and he's stubborn as fuck because everyone told him don't do that, there's an easier way, and he said fuck it. And it looks like that could have ended badly. This is what it looked like when Kai did that PS5 giveaway in New York. This job right here's gotta be one of the most satisfying jobs in the world right here. I know that's just grease probably for like big machinery, but something about it makes me want to dip my hand in that shit. Pepper, paprika, and a few other spices all getting dumped in here. It's time to mix them up. How many women does it take to make better chicken than India? Go ahead and equip our high conviction rate on our hands, and let's get to mixing. And I honestly thought they were going to use their bare hands because that's how this always goes down, but look at that, brought the fucking gloves out. So far this video is catching nothing but dubs, but you do need to be folding those fingertips when you're cutting like that. You're not holding that giant ass knife great, and you're definitely not folding your fingers back. A little unsafe. Why do these look like pumpkins? Why don't you go ahead and bounce those pumpkins on over here? There's not much to bounce, but you know what I mean. Also, let's not go too far forward and fall directly down this hole. Why do you all have red skirts on? What's the deal with the red skirts? The shirts don't match, but you made a coordinated effort to make sure that your skirts do. How much fucking firewood do you need back there? Busting out the flour so we can get the breading going. Our kind of looks like white bitches surrounding Drake at a concert. I don't know if you know this or not, but child labor is making a speed run.
Hold on. It's like white bitches surrounding Drake at a concert. What is he? These one-liners. Holy shit.
How much fucking firewood do you need back there? Busting out the flour so we can get the breading going. Our kind of looks like white bitches surrounding Drake at a concert. I don't know if you know this or not, but child labor is making a speed run. Instead of getting your kids ready for the Olympics, you're getting them ready for the sweatshop. Ready to piece us together some fucking iPhones. A little chubby, my little panda. Crack those eggs and stop looking at the cameraman. Listening to them is what got you into this circumstance to begin with. Sometimes people in my comment section ask me, am I racist? I'm not super racist. Maybe a little bit. And we don't need that fucking bowl, just break it, right? Nothing a good I'm sorry couldn't fix. Not gonna lie, your cooking skills are actually pretty awesome. But we can't prove that when the camera cuts out, they're not doing it for you. I like your little outfit. It's kind of like that little duck from Kung Fu Panda. Pose, Dad. But why the puffy coat underneath? It's not that cold looking where you're at. It looks hot, dry, and musty. And the way you treat these bowls is outright disrespectful. It's fucked up. Peeling that open in a way that people would go hear me out. I see a lot of color. I see some chubby bare hands. Put some fucking gloves on if they make them that size, a nice little bracelet. And you're already better with chopsticks now than all white people on earth today.
You're just gonna have your little kid, like, you know this gotta be YouTube too. Do you see that little boy? He had pulled that disc right out of his clothes. Like, that's sanitary. I hope that's his breakfast. Hope he's not. I hope that's not what he does. Like with everybody's order, he pulls one out of his little schmuck there. I mean, that's cute and adorable, but he said child labor is on the up and rise. Wow, god damn, dude.
So alright, what the fuck do we got going on? What the fuck? That's tough right there. His hand kind of reminds me of the wooden one from Happy Gilmore. I'm laughing at the leaves.
Are you? At
least your hands are the right size. Let's get back on track. Why do you have the German flag smeared across your forehead? Oh, yeah. Did Peter Dinky give you permission to be here? You look like you could play the absolute fuck out of a guitar. Where'd your bicep just go? If you had a wandering bicep. You are bisexual. Why did we just spray down the leaves with moisture? What the fuck are we making? What is this dish called? Just looks like paprika or shit smeared across the leaf. Backdoor, the green light kind of looks like a Cricket Wireless. Literally every single Cricket Wireless looks that bad. And I feel bad if that's your wireless provider. At your height, that's not even a wife beater. That's a wife petter. A wife caresser. Firm grasp you have there. know for a fact if you had to flick somebody off, it'd be the longest middle finger we've ever seen, though. Jesus. What the fuck is this shit? This is exactly what it looked like when you show up to one of them BLM riots and yell, "All lives matter." Be slinging you halfway across the riot. Also, why the fuck are they tossing this thing around like a rag doll? It's spinning at such a velocity I can't even make out what kind of animal that was. Was that a lion? You guys over here trying to reel in somebody's fucking mom. My back! Actually, that's a big ass shark. I hate the ocean. I love the ocean, but I also hate it. What's weird is scuba diving doesn't scare me because I can see everything, but just standing over an endless void is freaky as fuck. I love deep sea fishing on a decent sized charter, but the idea of a cruise ship sounds like shit. That's a big ass fish right there. Look at this fucking shit. How much salt do you need on that? Nothing like some chicken and fries in a dirty brown country. But in all fairness, the chicken actually doesn't look that bad. But you can go ahead and take the lab coat off because you're not a fucking doctor. What's up with the random pepperonis and can you get your thumb out the side of the fucking bowl? It kind of looks like a Five Guys with how many fries they're putting in here. I don't even know why Five Guys offers a different size when it comes to the cups. Because they always fill the cup up and then immediately after fill half the fucking bag up with greasy fries. But I'm willing to bet the prices are better here. And look, he's doing the exact same thing. Filling the bag up to the brim. Five Guys will charge you about $55 for 2 burgers, though. And even though those burgers are pretty damn good, the price isn't. A date with your girlfriend would make you want to kill yourself because you paid $55 for burgers and got nonstop bitching. What country are we in? How much do you charge for something like this? And the fact that he's giving me this much food kind of makes me think there's something wrong with it and he's trying to get rid of it. And get your fucking fries out of the chicken area. You're losing your ass on these margins. If you scoop this much chicken and fries every time, you've got to cook all day per person nonstop. What fucking part of Africa are we in today? Looks like we're hungry and we're thirsty at the same time. Your friend in the back right, I can't tell if he's disgusted or starving. Go ahead and take your Chinese knockoff of Stanley and use the last bit of your country's water supply. What do we call Black Oompa Loompa? Bloompa Loompa? Boy, Bliggy? How did you agree to get all your friends to make this video with you? Why did they just try to grab your shoulders? We've got eggs. We've got a bucket of water with random shit inside. We're throwing eggs inside of the random bowl. Nothing makes sense whatsoever. Now your friends are randomly stealing your food looking like 21 Savage when he scammed Aiden Ross out of money. Chalk Pokemon. Tag your it, said India as you pulled an Indian move inside the food. What's up with the pasty anime on your shirt over there? Why couldn't we have just divvied out the food equally to everybody here? Wouldn't be a complete meal without some pale weenies. What the fuck is any of this?
What the fuck am I looking at? Why are you putting... You're just making disgusting content at this point. It's not like they're in a nice home too. It's not like they live in some like shanty town, poor. Okay, they live in a pretty nice home. So while I understand why you're eating like a barbarian, cornmeal. So you put room temperature cornmeal and water, and then uncooked hot. When you put the first of all, I don't like cornmeal to begin with. I only just to make it with for cornbread. But you just gonna just haphazardly. It looked like sand. It looked like shit. And then you scoop it up, and then you put Sprite in the concoction too, to get that fizziness effect. And what is that, salt or sugar that you add in there? Putting eggs in there and the uncooked hot dogs. That is just uncalled for. And then grabbing food like a bunch of barbarians. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Honestly, prison food looks better. I'd rather have a brick. Man looks like he went in the intentions to swallow, but just couldn't handle it. So the entire time we've been told that you're starving in Africa, and this is really what you're doing over here. Abusing your food privileges. Shit's fucking nasty. You know, you might see something like this and think, wow, that's amazing. Wow, this is magical. Seeing some bitch look like she's running away from a bunch of pilgrims. Seeing a bitch pretend she's Moana, but this is not a Disney film. You could actually just fuck this up. You could just twist an ankle real quick and you're dead. You don't have magic feet. And even though that view's pretty, you might not get a second chance. And then you get all those fuck asses in the comment section saying they're just enjoying life. And if they die, they did what they loved doing. What's cool if you didn't die? Then you could keep doing other shit you might love. This might be the only thing you love because you didn't find other options. You can get a treadmill with a nice screen in the front of it. Maybe try a vacation. Also, maybe let's not do this in flip-flops. Yeah. And even though we all die, why make it happen today? You know, sometimes people take things...
Hold on, WISEspade. WISEspade. Oh hell no.
No, with a nice screen.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. I mean, it's a beautiful. I mean, POV. What do you think? What do you think? It's the Meta glasses. Probably it's the Meta glasses. GoPro had a different kind of view to it. This is probably like the Meta glasses. Interesting, beautiful POV shot. I'll tell you that much. But running on top of this narrow path on top. This is not even on the side of the mountain. This is on top of the mountain. Steep mountain. And these two are just running like. And in sandals. And that's why I was. If you was wondering why I'm like staring at, I was trying to say, are they wearing like freaking sandals? Like flip flop? Not like, probably like regular, like the sandals, not like regular flip flops like you get at the beach, but sandals, open toes and stuff. I'd rather have a good shoe, like a good sneaker, climbing shoe, something that like, not a tactical sandal, okay? Not tactical Jesus sandal, so to speak. Ooh, they're both fit. Look at a good-looking young fit couple doing crazy stuff. What do they do for work when you get these kind of people? How? Okay, here we go.
In the front of it. Maybe try a vacation. Also, maybe let's not do this in flip-flops. And even though we all die, why make it happen today? You know, sometimes people take things too far. But not this guy. How the fuck did you get the bottle there so quick? Whatever you're doing looks cool, but it looks like you splashed fire on the wrong shit. Where's all the customers? Why do you look like you came straight out of an anime? The outfit, the demeanor, the attitude. It all looks like you're about to tell me an ancient secret. And how many times are you gonna slide the bottle in my face? And all of us know how to do that shit with Germex. We've done it before. Except during COVID when we couldn't get the good shit. If you handed me a drink like this, it would make me want to start speaking in anime. I don't understand how he's got so much power! It kind of looks like a misty urine. Why is there more statues than bottles of alcohol in the back? Why did you just rub the garnish on the side of the fucking glass? And typically I like eating my ice, but you just use your palms to melt it into a fucking sea urchin.
I seen this cat before. Ask this cat right here. I saw a clip of this guy on X, I believe, doing these ice things on the side of the thing. Just like that. He had like other little variations of it too. So that's the same guy. Interesting. So this is not the first time but that's pretty cool. You can tell he does something in the anime. Go that slide of the hand shit.
Why is there more statues than bottles of alcohol in the back? Why did you just rub the garnish on the side of the fucking glass? And typically I like eating my ice, but you just use your palms to melt it into a fucking sea urchin. You messed up putting the lid on the first time, but let's get it right the second time. How much does one of these drinks cost? I think you were done shaking it about 5.5 times ago. Why do you need the LED when we saw the fact it was already blue? And how much mana will I get back if I drink this? How did you just sheath the liquor? Okay, black people, it's your time to cook some chicken. Your favorite. Our favorite. I like it too. Look at you getting those black mittens all over that chicken. Ripping it in half and glazing it down. Even your chicken looks ebony. But I've been to a barbecue or two. You know, my white ass for the longest time didn't realize that when black people told me I was invited to the barbecue, they didn't mean literally. They just meant, we kind of like you. I always kept waiting for that fucking invite, never went to the barbecue. It's kind of fucked up you didn't invite me. Shit, I could put some of this sauce on me for some tanning lotion. Why are you rubbing it like that? You're kind of pulling an Indian move right here. You don't have to massage and caress the fucking chicken breast. Just put it on the goddamn tray. At this point, go put some gloves on. Let's get this done a little quicker. Say quicker with a hard ER. More quickle, my nickel. I like all the ingredients you're using, though. The flavor looks nice. The ingredients look great. Now, you squeeze them oranges. Damn, that's a Walmart bowl. We got poor people. All in all, I'd probably eat that chicken. Just don't put your thumbs all over it next time. Thank you. You just sat there and done a whole lot of drugs and thought to yourself you're just cool as fuck. Well, the answer to that question is you're not. This is what drugs do to you. I'm not getting on a pedestal telling you that you can't smoke a little bit of the ganja, but there's a point of no return. This man looks like he's prepping to take it in the ass. This person looks like he's taking care of a wheelchair like it's his last child. This part of the street in America looks worse than parts of India. Looks like a bottle of piss in the background they're probably gonna chug. And even though you shouldn't make fun of stuff like this or find the light in it, regardless of what anybody says, personal responsibility is everything. No matter your circumstance, you should never go this route. The craziest part about this is that this is somebody's kids. Look, there's your son. There's your other son, the black one. And drugs are rooted so deep that no matter how hard somebody wanted to help them, unless they want to help themselves, nothing's gonna happen. She's got meth mouth. 5 out of 10 of these have to have AIDS. Oh. Why do they get to have all the fun and all the good stuff? Gum disease, AIDS, no house, zero Wi-Fi. Looks like he shit his pants. Sleeping on the streets like they're zombies. Totally out of touch reality, not giving a single fuck to anything around them except the next hit. Look at this fucking shit. At no point in history would anybody want this shit cooked on their griddle. With them scrawny-ass, veiny white wrists, we're not surprised whatsoever. I'm not afraid to admit that this is white people shit. Why are we wasting so much food? Why the fuck are those marshmallows so big? How many people could you possibly be making this nasty-ass dessert for? Why does your arm look like a tentacle? And honestly, this entire meal looks like the perfect depiction of America. A bunch of fruity-ass colors to the right, a bunch of brown-ass minority colors, and then a bunch of fat white shit right in the middle. You can almost hear the chocolate chips bitching about reparations. The only thing that would complete the entire picture is if the chef was a Jew. This is the perfect dessert if I was trying to have something nasty that was going to send me right into diabetes. Why not just put it in a plastic bag and make a trail mix? Why are we dumping butter over the entire thing? It's crazy to think you sat inside your house and thought this would be a great idea. And here's the final product. A fucking pile of slop. Got rid of all the texture, all the color. It made it look like a giant pile of diarrhea. This looks like a fucking OnlyFans for fat people. A dish so disgusting that little kids in Africa would rather just not have it. But things like this make you wonder what's going on inside someone else's head. You just couldn't help yourself. You just saw a perfectly good pole there. Had to get your asshole lips down and suck it off with your ass. I mean, what else are you going to do with a nice, thin, shiny pole? Other than to sit directly on it. You know, I know homosexuals are going to have a hard time processing this, but an asshole's an exit, not an entrance. So why don't we find something more productive to do? Like, why not clean your house or finish installing the wall in the front? How about go take a shower? How about go find some fucking shoes? How about stop dancing like that because it's retarded? I guess over here we like to do everything but have a normal day. But at least this bitch got it right. Look how convenient that looks. Dookie water from floor right to kitchen. We're a little bit behind here in the US. We have something kinda like it. It's called a faucet with running water. But who the fuck am I kidding? This looks amazing. And thank God you have all that water nearby for when you set your house on fire. And take a look at this genius. We like to feed our lions by cracking open the door in front of them, putting your fingers inside the cage where he could rip them off. He almost ripped your hand off right here. Why haven't we installed a fucking hatch? You know, something specifically for feeding so you don't have to basically let the lion out when you're feeding it? Fucking dumb. You know, you're probably asking the same question I'm asking myself. Where the fuck are these snakes coming from? Looks like snakes off the plane. And I'm guessing it's AI because I don't see any planes. I didn't see them getting shot out of any cannons. But at the same time, it looks pretty good if it is AI. In this part of the world, it's believable. And get a good close-up of those bad boys. But this is what I want to see. Fuck plates, let's save the environment and put the food directly on the ground. Let's treat people like animals. I mean, are times so tough we can't get the impoverished jungle leaves at the bare minimum? It looks fucking disgusting. And if this is the kitchen staff, it's not looking a whole lot better. And for some reason, we like to keep animals nearby right next to all of our food. Wait till one day you stop worshiping cows and realize you can eat them. Pretty soon you'll be worshiping the almighty burger. Why the fuck is this guy tossing expired Halloween candy out like it's prestigious? Maybe you're some level of royalty, but the shit you're doing's not. It's not that big of a deal. Look how many people showed up to the fucking event just to get one pack of Milk Duds. This entire event looks like ass, but that statue in the back is cool. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with wanting to have some friends. But having a group of friends like this sucks ass. They just set this dude up for death. Watching the mud and rocks roll right over his body. And as you notice, he hasn't come up yet. Probably because he got fucking buried alive. And why the fuck are we going to take our motorcycle and drive it in the middle of nowhere? Looks like a decent bike and it looks like the finance department's not doing so great. So what makes you decide to take your one vehicle and drive it through a wasteland? This mud looks like it's probably 80% dookie. You don't know what kind of debris or bacteria is just sitting in here. And I don't see a tow truck or a rope anywhere to pull this bitch out. Probably would have been better if you used this to get to work. Yeah. It's funny watching the guy think that this is going to get that out of there. You're quite literally digging yourself into a deeper hole. And what's up with the Indian dreadlocks? This guy told you to get the fuck off because he thinks he can fix it. And how about we don't put our asshole on our girl's face? Serious? That's why she's standing up, not because she wants to do this. I mean, and you're doing everything right. All that safety. Flip-flops are the best thing to do in a situation like this. One wrong move and both of you are completely fucked. Right from the very start of the video, it gets disgusting right off the bat.
Hold on.
Those fingers.
Hold on. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Girl, if I was your daddy, I would whoop your ass if I ever saw this footage. In flip-flops. It's one thing if you have sneakers, you have good things. You can slip right out of those goddamn things. You fucking assholes. You're a bunch of goose. Look at how fast they are going on a wheelie. At first I was like, yeah, well, you stick your asshole right in this girlfriend. And then if they didn't die from that, they had an angel on their side. Oh my god. And flip-flops.
Safety. Flip-flops are the best thing to do in a situation like this.
God,
one wrong move and both of you are completely fucked. Right from the very start of the video, it gets disgusting right off the bat. Those fingernails have more history underneath than most books have inside.
God.
Never once have they seen the inside of a bathtub. It looks like you're preparing us a delicacy known as Hell's Hush Puppies. Why the fuck is it so thin and flaky? Why did you think a garnish on top was gonna help? Why are we filling the inside with crap juice? It's already leaking through the bottom. And listen up, before anybody starts judging about him putting rice and chicken and everything on the floor, we've all been here before at Chipotle whenever black women leave the establishment. Because for whatever reason, they bring 555 plastic forks and a bottle of Tabasco every time they leave the establishment. You know what you're doing with all the forks? Are you saving some for later? And what the fuck is the guy in the right smiling at? Why they got their hand up like they have a question? How about let's get back to eating like dirty people and take a look at this diving into a tree's asshole. And just like that, the entire comment section and people watching this video, you got scared like a bitch. And here's a classic example of white people shit. A perfectly beautiful day with good scenery. You have to lick a wasp's ass. Now I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking this is gonna be cool as fuck and bag the bitches. But in no way ever was this a good idea. Halfway through and you're already fucked. Preparing to do a full scorpion. Permanently fucking your back. Your back's never gonna feel the same ever again. And the worst part is having to sit there in pain while you're waiting for fucking medical services to show up. At least you got it all on video so you can go back and watch it again later. Maybe even learn from your mistakes even though you're not gonna be able to do that ever again. And what the fuck is all this food doing out here like this? You can't possibly tell me that this was easier to prepare than just get a food truck. It's exposed to all the fucking elements and bugs. And everybody here is still dressed like they're ready to go for round 2 on Kill Jesus. And how are you gonna dress fly as fuck but when you look down you look like you're wearing Skechers? Those look so bad you should go back to the flip-flops. And what's up with the skeleton punching third world Rick Ross? It looks like the fat guy's actively sucking the weight off the skeleton every time he throws a punch. How did we get the before, during, and after photo of the same guy? Why does it always seem like in this part of the world we live in an area that just doesn't give a fuck? You got a whole small boat full of idiots crashing into a ship. And it's crazy to think we're realizing faster than they are that it's sinking. Why the fuck does the captain's quarters look like a hole in the ground for a mouse? Why are we still steering our ships with giant sticks? Why did you crawl back in the hole that you came from? Where could you possibly be going at a time like this? Did you get your iPad and keys inside? The ship's going down. The guy on the side of the boat's still trying to climb up to the top. He busted his ass and slid down the bottom. As if that was ever gonna do anything, the boat's fucked, my man. Do you have insurance to cover something like this? And this poor gentleman here looking like Indian Cat Williams. It looks like you learned how to be hot from a movie that wasn't good. I hate to break it to you, man, but you gotta be self-aware. You're butt ugly. And that's okay because you can learn how to be confident in better ways. A couple of tips: cut your hair, fix your fucking teeth because you look like Eddie Murphy, and get some better fitted clothing and you actually might be able to pull this off. But walking around in hand-me-downs from an American mall from 17 years ago isn't gonna cut it. And the question we gotta ask ourselves is, who the fuck are you waiting for? Who do you think sees you? Because when I look in the background, no one's looking in this direction. It's just a bunch of sweaty Indian guys. And they've got bigger feet to fry than worrying about your dumb ass. Shit's dumb. Nothing like waking up and watching some adult monkey content. Look at this monkey wanting to suck the fuck out of that banana. Wants to get his lips around every bit of it. Wants to peel it down. Even his friend in the background wants in on a little 2-on-1 action. Monkeys see, monkeys suck. But maybe you should stop teasing the monkey and just let him have the damn banana. Which is a lot better than eating a fucking pig snout. There's so many other parts to a pig to eat before you have to get down to its nose, then roll it into a fucking tortilla. We both know that's disgusting. My man, why are you looking so dark? Looking kind of greasy. Why do you have a fucking potato stuffed in your face? What are we celebrating in which we're not excited? Here, you smell it too, bitch. And she turned away instantly. Your fingers stink so bad that she's gonna completely walk away. You just killed your one chance you had to get laid. And if you're black, and if this is your mom, then you for sure are going to keep your dad for your entire life, because he's never going to have to leave the house to get milk. There's enough milk to last you 2 generations. Everywhere she goes, looks like she's walking inside with groceries. And we want to make sure to start this video off with a bang. Ass crack burning more rubber than the Florida Keys. And if that wasn't enough, you're going to slam your face into a wall. And judged by the marks on those walls, that's not the first time this shit's happened. Why the fuck are you laughing? Maybe less laughing and more helmet. And when are we going to start implementing work safety? Brother, these bricks are hot. Like molten hot. Kind of hot where those open toes really aren't going to get the job done. They're about to start melting from the bottom. And look at this giant fucking mess you're going to have to clean now too. How long did it take you to stack all these bricks? And how long is it going to take you to restack them? They kind of look like a bunch of little Indian Pez. Let's get a nice close-up and see how people make their move over here. Tap her on the shoulder and put your face down in the cement. You just did a full scorpion for everyone to see. Your brother got it on video and he's laughing at you. Everyone's outside looking at the water the same way we look at sharks. And you might want to get inside soon because rain's on the way. Next time, instead of a backflip to get laid, maybe take her to one of those food trucks you guys got over there. You know, the ones with the ass and feet? You know what? Fuck everything. Fuck this filthy food. Fuck those little Hershey Kisses that look like they're made out of shit. Fuck that rice. Fuck your tight jeans. Fuck that bucket. Fuck the dusty bike in the background. Fuck his peppered gray hair. Fuck your fingertips touching every grain of rice. Fuck the fact you're scooping that with your bare hands. Fuck the forbidden mashed potatoes. Fuck that stupid pathway that you have to walk to carry your food. Fuck the lack of IQ. Fuck those open toes. Fuck the fact that you decided to wash your hands over the food. Fuck your little hidden shop that's underneath the train track. Fuck your poverty solar panels. Fuck that shiny hair. Did you know if you Google the second highest rate of incest, it's India? Out of that, first place is a tie between Libya, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iraq. So yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that Cool Whip. That kind of looks like mayonnaise. And fuck it if it is mayonnaise. And fuck me for having to sit here and watch this shit. Fuck those deadlifts. Fuck the fact that your vagina's squatting over all the food. What if your water broke? Fuck that. These poverty peeps? Fuck the fact you took your shoes off. Now we have bare feet. Kinda looks like you're making a batch of clone troopers. Fuck that too. Fuck the overgrown area in the background. Fuck the black tarps. Kinda sounds like a derogatory term for people. Let's start calling them black tarps. Fuck this job. I wouldn't last 2 minutes. Fuck the pay because you know it's horrible. Fuck the village. Fuck the country. Fuck the work plan. Fuck that bark. Fuck his toes. Put your shirt up. Nobody wants to see your fucking chest. Fuck that. Fuck this slow-ass process into cooking this. Go get a furnace and stop being poor. Fuck that rusted side of the shed. At the end of the day, everything here looks like it sucks, and I'm glad I'm not a part of it. Fuck that. I don't think these tribal people are getting this snow, but...
Hold on. I mean, I can say, yeah, fuck that. Stop being poor. Just stop being poor. I like to say that. Fuck that one day. I don't want to be poor no more. I'm sick being poor. And then money grows on my trees and I can start picking it off my tree. Then I wake up. I don't know, what are those? Are those like almost looks like white chocolate Hershey Kisses? Or those snow caps. Remember those snow caps, which is like, they were trash. I don't know, like someone got me a box of that one time. I was like, this is disgusting. I'm like, you put white shit on chocolate chips. It made no sense. Made no sense.
Furnace and stop being poor. Fuck that rusted side of the shed. At the end of the day, everything here looks like it sucks, and I'm glad I'm not a part of it. Fuck that. I don't think these tribal people are getting this snow buddy ready for some duh. You figure don't smoke a joint. Be the joint. And why does this one here with the Walmart beanie kind of look like the baby? Third world style. But then again, this color always looks kind of third world. Why can't we just do a normal smoke? Why is she getting surrounded by a bunch of black dudes? Why does it kind of look like a choo-choo's about to get ran down on this bitch in the middle of the forest? Where'd you get the nice blanket and idea for this specific event? And how bad is your home life that it made you want to travel halfway across the world to do this shit? And we can see your husband's head there at the bottom left of the screen. Looks like he's going to sit there like a good little boy and watch you go to Pound Town. It's a go if the gringo says so. We got to skip past this part because this is where it's about to go down. Our Indian here with the bowl cuts just learned an amazing secret. They're evolving. He found that if you clog up your prison cell with a shit bag, you can actually hold water inside. And he found out that you can actually take a bath. And to his surprise, it's actually amazing. He doesn't know how to act. He wants to be in every inch of it. Wait till y'all discover the hot version of this. It's amazing. No, I'm not going to start this off like I'm fucking Drake. Let's get into the unemployment activities, where young kids think it's cool to ride your bike as close to something and turn at the last second. Acting like this gets you brownie points. acting like anyone in the comment sections thinks this shit's cool. This shit's dumb. And eventually you run into the wrong person that's going to give you a full fist to the face. Also, at some point, you are going to fuck up and just hit somebody. And almost just as bad as Hingadega Durganville, where that dumbass is going to run off and pretend he almost didn't just get smashed. Also, what game is this that we drop a giant pole and run from it? It's some white people shit, kind of like white people in Florida, where for their free time, they enjoy just running away from alligators. Where you can find out that alligators are fast as fuck.
Yeah.
One wrong move and they're doing an alligator roll, ripping off your appendages. By all the plant life, I can definitely tell you're in Florida. Given the fact I grew up in a backyard that looked just like this is some shit we would do, but I would never fuck with something this big. And judged by the big pond you have here in the middle, it looks like you have a giant homemade zoo for your own little gator. Shit's crazy. Crazy about the reality we live in is that
hold on. He must be an alligator like tamer or something like that, a keeper or whatever, because this is definitely like someone's property. He takes care of this animal, because this is not normal. He's just having a good time with it. I wouldn't. You see how fast that shit moves? These alligators, they move quick in Florida. He ain't no bullshit with that. This one's tame, unless you don't feed it. But at least he knows this guy. Like, some random pond here in Florida, you don't want to just go. You seen like those old movies, like the kids go to the local pond and swim and jump in and stuff. You don't do that in Florida, unless you want to like lose. You possibly want to lose a limb or your life. Shit, none of these bodies of water in Florida. Hell no.
Big. And judged by the big pond you have here in the middle, it looks like you have a giant homemade zoo for your own little gator.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy. Crazy about the reality we live in is that most of the world lives in extreme poverty. What you're seeing now is not even really the worst of it. It's just a small snippet into somebody else's life, where the most exciting part of the day is to risk your life to get some water. Most people in the comment sections will leave a comment after seeing this, saying something around the lines of, well, I'll never complain about my life again. It's crazy the only time we feel better about our lives is when we're comparing to somebody else's that's worse. It took somebody else going through suffering for you to actually be grateful for what you've got. But when you zoom out as human history as a whole, it shows a little bit of the bigger issue, that nobody actually gives a fuck. Our entire existence has always proven one thing. We love to hate, and that's what we're good at. If there's no laws preventing us, anyone that was a different color, believed in a different religion, or just had different interests and thoughts, we'd likely end up killing them. Even with all the technology that we have, we can't figure out how to get past things like money, who's going to be the leader, and who's going to benefit most from the planet versus somebody else. Debating things like what's a human life really worth, and are some worth more than others. Sick and tired of being told to respect religions when the fact of the matter is I think most of them are just stupid. We are some weird creatures. To God that anything I'm celebrating in my life doesn't look like this. Why the fuck do we have to rub each other's skin cells onto each other's cheeks, clogging the pores? This is what they do at Walmart when you get promoted to shift leader. A simple side hug or a pat in the back would have got the job done just fine. Instead, you chose to make out with your father, getting all that greasy sweat on each other's face. But if you thought things couldn't get bad enough for the year, watch out from this fuck ass.
Hold on. Yeah, they were. It was not even kissing, they were just rubbing their mustaches up. It's like a weird Eskimo kiss. I was just like, just a simple peck. You just aggressively too. They were just aggressively. I thought one of them might break their other one's nose. It was so aggressive. I was like, wow. And they did look sweaty. So I just thought about that too. It's like, oh, sweatiness going on. And oh god, this image I'm looking at right now is ridiculous. You, sir, need psychological help.
I guess it is about time for somebody to brew us up a batch of COVID-20. Why the fuck do you want a pigeon's ass in your face? You're 69ing with the brown pigeon. And look at this hippopotamus. She has a full trunk. The guy climbing on top, you're about to have him singing. Beautiful big titty, butt naked women just so far at the sky, you know. Tell me how you know. She looks like an insect. She has like a bumblebee's ass. She has an abdomen. She looks like a form of transportation. She looks like she could fuck up the entire defensive line. Look at Steph Curry trying to get up on it now. Motomoto's about to pop up from the background. I like him big. It's not very often on this channel do we find something that's actually good. Look at that giant loaf of bread. Nice and fresh. Look at all that fresh meat. Huh? My problem with this fuck ass is I don't know where he's at. But for anybody in the comment section says, since I don't know the area, I'm uneducated. Anyone not from the US, how about shut the fuck up and tell me where Baton Rouge is? Exactly, you probably don't know. Just like you don't know all the cities in America, I probably don't know all your fucking areas. But so far the food looks good. I see gloves, fresh ingredients, something that I'd probably actually eat. Not a big fan of tomatoes, but I'd eat them. Kitchen looks spectacular. Look at this big boy. I'm not a fan of how you're rubbing it, but at least you're keeping things clean. Giving me that flavor, that color. Busting out those roasted tomatoes. The only thing I don't like so far is the plastic cutting board. But other than that, we're not doing too shabby. Yet again, keeping things clean with fresh ingredients. Even though the bottom end of your knife kind of looks like a medieval dildo. As long as the price is good, we're in good shape. Serve me one of these bad boys at a fair for about $5 and we're chilling. And we even got the fucking Mexicans showing up today. Spreading that cheese like the pussy. Not a big fan of the bare hands, put some fucking gloves on like the other brown people. Besides that little shitty detail, everything looks spectacular. We know Mexican food's awesome, and all these ingredients look perfect. I hope Chipotle's taking note.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was it. That was it. That was it. Oh shit. That was it. That was quick. Chipotle. I worked at Chipotle. I should have sued Chipotle for getting a staph infection from working there, but I didn't. Should have. Like I said, he gives me South Park, Family Guy, Gen X sense of humor, you know? Just roasting the shit out everybody. Everyone gets a sniper shot, you know? But there was a lot, like, India gets a lot of heat because we've seen a little bit of their footage. The comment he made. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I thought it would be kind of fun for us to check out. I wanted something to laugh about. You know, South Park hasn't been that funny in a while, so I was like, I need some kind of that kind of hits with that sense of humor. So check out WISEspade7. And yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I love peace and grease.